What is up, everybody? Welcome to Deep Dive Sessions. Today, we have a special video. We're going to be talking about 7 things or 7 ways that millionaires think and act differently from the average person. This channel is about personal development, personal finance, and it's also about entrepreneurship. So we're really big proponents on making money, and actually going up on the financial scale. Hence this video. So if you are somebody if you're an aspiring millionaire, this video is for you. And my deal with you is that if you actually find value in this video, please give it a like, comment below, and we're going to choose one random comment. Anybody that watches this video till the end, we're going to choose one random person who will win 100 pula. So 100 pula is up for grabs, guys. So watch this video till the end. Coming in on number 1, the 7 ways that millionaires think and act differently from the average person is, number 1, they are urgent. So millionaires are people that want to get things done. Boom, boom, boom. They want to send emails. They want to get calls. They want to do things quickly. They want to move quickly. Sometimes what separates somebody that is struggling and somebody that's winning is just how quickly they perceive the finish line, which I think this is what millionaires have. They have a perception of doing things quickly. They're very, very urgent. For example, I'll give you a story of a millionaire we had on the podcast. Actually, 2 stories. Story number 1, I was sitting with one of my guys who deals with the ticketing here for Deep Dive. And I was at his place. This was around 9. I think it was past 9 actually, in the evening. I couldn't find this millionaire's number because normally I call them. But what I did was we found his email. Then we emailed him. I'm telling you, in less than 10 minutes, he had already responded back. We responded back with the information we needed from him. He responded back. In 30 minutes, we had already closed the deal. Everything was done. That was at 9 p.m. Another story of another multi-millionaire. He was traveling from South Africa. This was actually late in the evening. I think it was 2:11. And I was sending him a message just to, solidify everything for the session. And I sent him this message. I was like, okay, you'll see it in the morning. But immediately I sent the message, like 30 seconds later, he had already replied, and we finished the entire conversation in 5 minutes. And this is a common behavior that I'm seeing with millionaires. They're very, very urgent. They want to get things done. And the people that are not millionaires, some of them, they give you problems. They want you to send all these things, proposals, and they give you they'll respond after 5 days, 7 days, they act like they're extremely busy. But that level of urgency that you have to have, because they say money loves speed. So as a millionaire, there's some of the habits that I think even I as an aspiring millionaire would want to employ in my own life. All right, coming in on number 2 is millionaires have a producer mindset instead of a consumer mindset. So what do I mean by that? Millionaires are always looking to produce, they're always looking to create, they're always looking to make something new, make something happen, rather than being focused on consuming. So when you have a conversation with a millionaire, even just sitting down with some of them, you'd find that they would ask you about, how did you make this? How did you do this? How are you moving with this? They're asking you so that they're able to learn how to create. And then the mindset of an average person would be just a lot of consumption. They're just thinking about consumption. When you get money, when you get paid, the first thing you're thinking about is, how do I spend this money? How do I want to go get that piece of clothing or whatever before it's sold out? But the way millionaires think about it is that they are more of producers than consumers. So they're more concerned with making and keeping rather than using and consuming, so to speak. So I think this is a fundamental mindset that we have to employ to start thinking like a millionaire, because once you have the mindset here, you'll start to have it here. Coming in on number 3 is millionaires. Out of the millionaires I have studied. So like I said, this year I interacted with about 15 millionaires on a personal basis, and I've been studying millionaires for some time. I realized that most of them, I think this is actually one of the most important decisions that they've made, is marrying the right partner. Because I think, this will really make or break you. If you look at millionaires right now, the average age of millionaires is 57, the average age across the whole world. So most people at 57 are married. And if you ask any millionaire, I've actually had conversations with them and asked them, what is the number one thing or the number one contributor to your success? A lot of them will tell you, not giving up, just going at it, not giving up. And then the second point they would give you is, I have a great support system. Others will tell you I have a great partner. Others will tell you I have a great wife, etc. And this just comes to show that choosing the right partner is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. This is actually way more, it's not just on a financial standpoint, it's on all aspects of life, just choosing the right partner. We know just in business that working with the wrong business partner will stifle your business. You might even go out of business if you're working with the wrong business partner. Now imagine a life partner, at least for your business partner. When you leave business and go back home, you have left business. Imagine a life partner, someone you are stuck with for life. And choosing the wrong partner can really put you back. I'm sure we all know of the saying that says, behind every successful man is a woman. And if this quote is true, certainly the opposite also has to be true of behind every defeated man is a woman, and obviously vice versa. Because this is the person that you wake up with. This is the person you confide in. This is the person that knows your deepest and darkest secrets. This is the person that knows who you are more than anybody else. This is the person that you spend most of your time with. So choosing the right partner is really, really that important. I'm not a dating or marriage coach, but I know just from observation that this will make or break your financial journey. Coming in at number 4 is hit the like button. It really helps us a lot, more than you know. It helps push these videos out to newer audiences. And please subscribe to the channel if you're finding any information, if you're finding anything interesting that we're talking about so far. Now, the other thing I've observed about millionaires is that they own a group of companies. So just about 90% of the millionaires I have studied and interacted with personally run a group of companies. But when you look closely at it, you realize that these millionaires didn't start running groups of companies. They took one company, became extremely successful with it, and then that company then planted other seeds where they now own a group of companies. Because it's something that has been talked about a lot online, having multiple streams of income. We know what COVID did. It actually amplified the conversation of having multiple streams of income. But I think the fallacy or the problem that we have is when you are starting out, you can't have multiple streams of income, because focus is power, where focus is energy flows. So when you take a business and you are extremely focused on it and you become successful in this business, that's when you can own a group of companies. Because a business is like a plant. You take this plant, you have to tend it. You have to give it manure. You have to water it on a daily basis. And then this plant will grow into a tree. Now, when it's a tree, this tree will now present forth fruit. You can take the seeds of the fruit and now plant new businesses. So this is something that I observed from millionaires, that they have a group of companies. I also think it's a great way to, spread your risk and, just be able to pursue things that you like. Because obviously, if you have been successful in one business, you can now do even the businesses you wanted to do that are more creative, that are closer to your heart. So this is number 5 in terms of the 7 things that how millionaires think and act differently from the average person. So what is impulse control? There was actually a study that was made where they studied ultra successful people, and impulse control was one of the traits that ultra successful people have. Impulse control is simply being able to focus on a singular task for an extended period of time. I know we all have this friend who will be like, hey, poster, I want to go into real estate, hey? I want to go into real estate. I think we can make money in there. Next week, hey man, I think the transport business can work for me, eh? Next week, they're like, hey man, I think, I want to go into water bottle manufacturing. Who jump from idea to idea to idea to idea. I think a lot of us, including myself, something where I struggled with was the shiny object syndrome Back in 2018, 2019, I would buy courses. I would want to learn maybe about affiliate marketing. 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, I'm doing dropshipping. Another week in, I'm doing this other thing. So I was a great starter, but a terrible finisher. And this is the impulse control that millionaires have. If you can stick to one thing, it is simple, but it is not easy because there's always opportunities presented to you everywhere. And the mindset of an entrepreneur is you're trying to problem solve. You see problems everywhere and you're trying to solve these. So it's almost kind of like, it's a very hard thing. You have to work against your natural instinct of trying to solve all these problems by taking this one problem, sticking to it until it becomes successful. It's actually tied with the previous point that we made, because when you have impulse control, it allows you to see things through, and actually that's what increases the chances of success in pretty much any endeavor. I remember a quote by Usain Bolt where he said that he trained for 4 years to run, I don't know how many seconds. I think in his entire career, he probably didn't run more than 5 minutes. I think he said he trained for 5 years. He'd never run more than 5 minutes in his entire career. Obviously, because he was running, he's a fast runner. He would run like 10 seconds, 9 seconds or so. So impulse control is a very, very important skill and trait that millionaires have developed. Coming in at number 6, I don't know how to put this in the best way possible, but millionaires have a great nonsense filter. I think that's the best way to put it. So what do I mean by that? Millionaires are people that have been presented are being presented with every day. They're being bombarded with opportunities. I want to do this. I want funding for this. Can you partner with me in this? Can you work with me in that? Can you do 1, 2, 3? So they're being bombarded with all these opportunities, but they're able to filter through the noise. They're able to see that this is wasting my time. This is where I can invest my time. I think this is something that also you millionaires have learned over the years, because I believe that we're all going to be exploited one way or another, especially in business. You can't avoid it. You really can't prevent it. You can't avoid it. You can't circumvent it. You're going to be exploited one way or another. And because of that exploitation, you learn from it. You learn the lessons that, okay, if I'm presenting my idea to somebody, I need to have them sign an NDA. If I'm doing this so that they don't steal my idea. If I'm doing this, if somebody presents the idea like this, I need to understand, that is it viable? Is it feasible? 1, 2, 3. So millionaires have already gained that, that nonsense filter. So you can't come to a millionaire and tell them, just sell them on anything, because they've seen this, they've been through this, they've had the reps in the game, they've been exploited and cheated on. You really have to be very sharp when you're dealing with them, and you need to know your things very well, because the last thing you also want to have or do when you're approaching a millionaire is not know your numbers, not know your facts very well, because they can easily see through people. And I think that ability of being able to see through people, or rather saying being able to read people, is a very, very, very important skill, not just in business, but in life. The ability to read people will save you a lot of time from a lot of fraudsters and cheats and people that just aren't progressive to one's life. And then the last point on the 7 ways that millionaires think and act differently from the average person is basically that millionaires are students of the game. So they never think they know. They never think they have arrived. They never think that they have all the information. Although being a millionaire already is track record that you know something, they never think that they know. I have sat down with millionaires and they have asked me certain things that they think that I am good at. So how are you able to do this? How are you able to do that? How do you do this? Others have even run things by me. I want to run this by you and get your thoughts on it. And this is a millionaire, somebody that I should be asking, because I'm trying to get to that point, but they run things through us, through someone like me who's not yet a millionaire. And this is something that I think is a great, the mindset is powerful, because you never become complacent. So you're always thinking, how can I learn? How can I get better at this? And this is why I think millionaires don't only become millionaires, but they sustain being a millionaire. because you're always a student of the game. You're always trying to enhance, you're always trying to get better. And getting better will allow you to be able to outlast a lot in this game. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, with the 7 things or the 7 ways millionaires think and act differently from the average person. I hope you guys have gotten gems from this video. Took a little bit of time to research, and it's just taken a few years actually just to research some of these things. Please comment below on some of the traits and habits that you know millionaires have. We know that the man creates the habits, and then the habits create the men. So these are just some of the habits that I thought I should share with you guys, and I hope you guys have found value in this. And if you have, please comment below, like this video, and please subscribe to this channel. And if you could share this video with one friend, that will be extremely legendary. Remember, I'm gonna choose one comment. One lucky winner will walk away with 100 pula, who has given us a juicy comment, a comment that is well thought of, and somebody that has watched this video all the way up to the end. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet same time, same place next week. Be great. Thank you guys for watching this episode. We really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Deep Dive is dedicated to bringing you the most comprehensive and engaging information about business, personal finance, and personal development. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. If you like this video, give it a like to show your support and help us reach a wider audience. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family who may be interested. Sharing helps us grow our community and connect with like-minded individuals. Leave a comment below and give us your biggest takeaway on this episode. If you're interested in being a part of our live studio audiences, make sure to register for the next show. Can't make it to the show? No problem. Check out our Patreon page to watch the full episode and get exclusive access to more great content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Deep Dive.